just made this possible. Everybody's in the building now, so can we just give a big round of applause. Can I especially thank the three mums at the back and Nigel for serving us on a fantastic day. This has grown and grown. If I think back to 5 years when we decided to put a little bit more into the Cougars, because it was just something we did on the side. I mean, I was a very busy head teacher, so I couldn't commit that much time to it. The only person I had supporting me was Dwayne, so we really ran the teams through the school. But over time, we can see what this has grown to. This is our community, and it's important, especially when young boys are challenged by so much out there, that we provide these spaces for them to play safely, to compete, and to build that resilience that Keir Starmer was talking about. How do we get grit into young boys? And playing basketball, as much as these young boys do on a daily basis, builds that resilience. Even when they lose games, they know they've got to go to practice, work hard again, pick up. You know, nothing is ever defined, and that's what makes basketball so great. This evening is a celebration of all these boys. It's not about the boys who come up on the stage to pick up an award. Every single boy who commits to play basketball for the season is already a winner, even when they're not getting minutes. Coach Percy approached me sometime last year, a year and a half ago, and said he really wanted to come and support the boys. We pay him no money because we're not that type of basketball club, but he's there every training session, supporting the boys at the games, giving up his time to go to Barcelona, and that's what community is about. Somebody who's done that circle and he knows he can impact on these young boys, so he's there all the time, and I want to recognize that. Okay, the first thing I want to recognize is all the boys who played for the under-14s, not reds or whites, just the under-14s, because in the CBO we did split them up, and we did that before we actually knew what kind of players they were going to become. But they proved to be very, very competitive, and I will talk about that later. Riley Franklin, Riley. Felix Brown. Rajon Hyman.
Don't disturb me, please.
Shane Grant. Jordan Thompson. Watch the stage. Jordan Perrin is not here. I've not seen Jordan. Go give a clap. Joshua Moyle. Leo Hines. Mason Extra. Cameron Day McLennan. Shorter ones in front, I think. Riley Raja, Cruz McLaren. Diego Ordonez Triana. Aaron Williams. Giovanni. Coach Croydon, if you want to stand on the stage with number 14. Sean Mabusi. Vihan Kambinde. Sway McLaren. Andrew Watkins.
Oh, you got a good time. That's a good view.
Some big lads coming up. Big lads. Brian Fridge. Elijah Bata. Godfrey Atkins. Sorry, I've not seen Harrison. I don't think Harrison's here. No, I wasn't sure I'd seen him. Jaden Gesco. Jaden Crowley. Jelani. Jerome Captain Williams. Jordan Mitchell Thompson. Looking very different today, Joseph Williams. Joshua Worrell. Carter Nyati. Marnie Douglas. Miles Billy Green. Sam Stewart. And last but not least, Preston O'Donnell. And again on the 18th, it's for all under 18th, National League and CBL. Tafari Smith. Sia Kiofe. Cameron Wallace. Emmanuel Cole. Brandon Phillips. 33-point Keith Carpenter. Khalil Carrington Chan. Kyan Abrams. Mohamed Rafiu. Last but not least, Shamar Lawrence. Participating in the Jack Petchey Achievement Award Scheme, which is a fantastic nationally recognized award scheme that most schools run in the UK. And it's to recognize acts of good citizenship. So as a basketball club, every year we're allowed to nominate 9 players who show those qualities of good citizenship. And for the boys who win these awards, it's really important, if you ever apply for a job, might be a part-time job, a Saturday job, whatever it might be, make sure you include the fact that you've won a Jack Petchey Award, because in business and in industry, it's recognized as somebody who gets it right. We're going to call up the 6 winners of the Jack Petchey Award from January all the way to June. And I will say a few words about every single winner when they come. The winner for June 2025 is somebody who's new to our club, practices hard all the time, and when his basketball is developed, and when you watch him in the CVL, he has really carried his team in so many ways. Every time in practice, positive attitude, never grumbles, just gets on with the work. For June, our Jack Petchey Award winner, Vihan! The winner for February, again, somebody who started at a basketball club this year, travels a long way to come to play basketball. When I built this club, I thought it would just be for Croydon kids, but the word has spread, and we're getting young people from all around London coming to play. We had a kid who moved to Newham, and he still played with us for a whole season, traveling all the time down from Newham because he wanted to stay with the family. But this young man is nothing but impressive. He successfully ran and was elected young mayor of Lewisham. Somebody who has got that confidence and thinks they can serve the young people well. So congratulations to our February winner, Shane Grant. Our winner for March, and again, this young man has been around the club for a long time, but he didn't actually come to join the club. He actually came with us to Spain and didn't want to play basketball. Somehow he caught the bug. And if you see his development over the last couple of months, it was so lovely to see him in his emotional rawness after we lost the game. And he cried because we lost the game. It shows us how much basketball means to him. And the work he has put in over the last couple of months, we're really, really proud of his development. And we see a bright future for this young man. Cruz McLaren! Our winner for April, it took me 3 months to get him registered to play. It's what happens when you are born in another country, you want to play in England, you've got to go through FIBA regulations and clearances. All through that time, he kept coming to practice, he didn't give up hope. The whole year we've had him, he's never had an argument with anybody. And he's had a difficult time because some of his teammates didn't rate him when he started. But if you see the way he played in the last couple of weeks, it was absolutely amazing. Always on the upbeat, always positive. Our winner for April, Mohamed Rafiu. They're the 4 winners who are present. The other 2 were not here. So can we give 4 of them a round of applause? 3 years ago, I wanted to take the boys away to expose them to a different level of basketball. When we grew this basketball club, the one conversation me and Dwayne had was about making sure we were growing players who could play for anybody. So wherever they are and they say, I can play basketball, nobody's going to laugh at them and say, yeah, right, who coached you? It's about the fundamentals, and that's why I thought it was important to take them out to a country where they could actually play basketball against different opposition. So every year we take them out to Spain, and we've grown in that tournament. But I think it's always important to recognize those boys who go out there and actually participate in the tournament. Because if you win the tournament or you finish 2nd or 3rd, you get a trophy that looks like this. But it's not an individual trophy, that belongs to the club. It acknowledges your achievement. And I've always thought that actually when you win a tournament, you should have something that you keep for yourself, that in 20 years' time you can look back. And even if you don't win the tournament, the 1 year you went to Spain, you want to be able to look back and remember that time. Because I heard the boys outside this afternoon. All they were talking about was what happened in Barcelona. So clearly it had an impression on them. For the under 18s who came to Barcelona, and we had 10 of those young boys, we've modeled a medal for them. We've got the Spanish colors on the flag, on the ribbon itself. And at the back of the medal, we've inscribed the year and the fact that they went to Glow Basket to participate. So for the under 18s who participated, can you come up, please? It does say participants because they didn't win the under 18s. They had a really good tournament. They won 2 games out there, and believe me, they were ultra competitive. So they did really well, and we want to recognize that. For all the under 14s who went to Barcelona, please come up and get your medals. That's perfect. All 12 boys are present. Another round of applause, please, for the Barcelona boys. In Barcelona, our under-16 became the first English club side to win the tournament. Thankfully, the media did recognize and we did get some exposure for it, but the boys have got a medal that says winners for those under-16s. Under-16s, come and get your medals!
Proud mum.
At this point, can I ask Coach Dwayne to come up, please, on stage? Coach Dwayne. Defense for 2025, Fabian Leon!
That's the defense.
Under 16, even though he didn't play all the season, when he played, he was awesome. He rebounded well, won us plenty of games with his rebound. Mr. Defense 2025, Carty! Mr. Defense. Sometimes his defense gets him in trouble because he wants to stop people so badly. And that's the next level, is understanding when to ease off. But in terms of hustle and application, it was a simple winner for the under 18s. Zia! Well done, Zia. Next award is Mr. Hustle. Hustle is just about not giving up. Whatever the odds are against you, running as hard as you can, taking charges, trying to get steals, similar to being a good defender. Mr. Hustle for under 14s, never giving up in the game. Giovanni! Mr. Hustle for under 16s, welcome to the club. He's made a big impression on everybody, and his defense is second to none. Hustling all the time, diving on the floor for balls. We love it when he gets on the floor to chase balls. Preston Adon! His hustle has changed games. Like when we've been down, his hustle has inspired his teammates to come back and actually win those games. And when 2 years ago, he told me he was going to lock me up. I'm still waiting for that to happen. But the under 18 winner for Mr. Hustle, Shamali! We can't buy attitude. That's something the boys come to us with. They come to us with that attitude. They want to listen. They get it wrong and they listen to the corrections and they try to apply themselves. Even when things are going poorly, they still stay focused on the job and they're always positive. And that will open a lot of doors for them as they get older. So they've got to really hold on to that. Under 14 doesn't say much, just gets on with the game. We say it takes him about 20 minutes to warm up and get into the game. But when he gets going, he is deadly inside. Joshua Morrow! Two, Josh, just one. The 16 winner does cause me a lot of dilemma, if I'm honest. Love his attitude, absolutely love his attitude. But I also understand if you're going to play this game at the highest level, you've got to be vocal. You've got to be able to talk and tell your teammates where to go. He understands the game beautifully. He knows what to do all the time on the floor. He's never fazed by anybody. Now we just got to get him to raise his voice and communicate more. Under 16, best attitude, Jaden Gesco! It's got a deadpan expression, it's how he plays as well. He's happy inside, I promise you. This is why he won the Jack Petchey Award. When Coach Dwayne and Croydon and myself and Percy were talking about this, we just couldn't pick another winner because he's just so exemplary, and whatever he goes on to do, he's going to be successful, even if it's not the basketball court. Under 18, best attitude, Mohamed Rafiu! Is most improved player. So we look at when the child joined us and how much progress they make in the season. So they might have come to us struggling to make layups, struggling to make jump shots, struggling to understand plays. When you say motion 4, motion 5, they really struggle with that. But we see over the season how they've developed and how they've got stronger. For the under 14, standout winner, most improved player compared to where he was in September, Cameron! Under 16, most improved player. This kid is a natural athlete. His heart, his engine reminds me of Dennis Rodman. He never gives up. When he puts it all together, he is going to be one amazing basketball player. I remember 2 summers ago, me and Dwayne talking about him at camp. He is absolutely relentless. He keeps going, doesn't take no for an answer. He's rebounding instinctively, and he actually helped us to win the semi-final while we were out in Spain by being massive. Got some offensive rebounds, finished with 10 points in a game where we didn't expect him to do that. Our most improved player under 16s, Joshua Morrow! His game has come on a lot. I mean, when you watch him play, you can see the confidence he's got now. He's rebounding. He just has to understand that he can't take games off, and you can't take time off in a game. When you're on the floor, be it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you got to play for that whole 10 minutes. It does frustrate me a little bit when I watch him because he's up and down, not realizing the power he actually possesses. Now he's getting off and he's dunking the ball in games easily. Our most improved player under 18s, Kaleo! We selected Joshua Worrell as the most improved under 16 player. But we found that decision very difficult because as much as Joshua has improved, he has still got a lot of growing to do, and he accepts that. But we decided actually it would be unfair to this young man for what he did this season, how he contributed to us winning. Our under-16 National League team finished third in the league. They lost only 3 games in the National League. His defense, hustle, and ability to score the layup is all impressive, and I think he's going to have a big future if he keeps playing basketball. He lost that one summer. He didn't develop as he should have over that summer, but it would be wrong for us to deny him because his improvement is there for everybody to see. So there was a joint winner for the under-16 most improved player, and we could not deny Sean Wabusi. Well done, Sean. We don't do tokenism. I don't think that's fair on young people for us to lie to them, to tell them they're the best in the world and then they go out in the world and they realize they're not the best. I think you've got to be honest with young people and just show them what they've got to do to improve. We had a kid who didn't play very many minutes 2 seasons ago. This season, he started every single game for the National League team under 16. And even when things were going wrong in the game, we'd always be asking the coaches, what do I need to do? How do I get better? And we saw that in his performance. So we decided actually, there's another player in under 16 who deserves to be recognized for the fantastic improvement he's made. And if we as a club see fit to recognize it, that's a good decision to make because it means we've got that many young people who want to improve. So the third most improved player, because there's 3 of them, all on equal tangent, for the season for under 16s, Sam Stewart! So we want to recognize the student athletes who work really well in school. I could have probably given 10 or 11 awards out because so many parents wrote in and nominated their children and sent me their reports as well to show this is what my child is doing. So thank you all the families who nominated. It was a really difficult decision. But the three young people we're going to recognize for being excellent student athletes. From the under 14s, Aaron Williams! Student athlete we want to recognize for a vast improvement in school and effort. And honestly, when I saw the report and I read it, I was gleaming at how much improvement this young person's made. Jelani! The other student athlete we want to recognize today is Miles! Miles is also Romeo. I found that in Barcelona. Mom, you've got to watch him. Lots of girls flocking around him in Barcelona. Before we do the MVP, we want to recognize that some of these young people have got difficult lives. Growing up in 2025 can't be easy with all the challenges that they have to go through. It was a lot safer when we were young. Things were quite simple. And so we've got to recognize that what we've done is we've got some coaches award and we want to recognize some of our players for some of the qualities they've shown us throughout the whole season. And I will say a few sentences about each one while we've recognized them, and I hope they don't mind me sharing. The first winner of the Coaches Award for 2025 is a young man who does not just play basketball, but does invest a lot of time at home being a carer. And sometimes being a young carer means you're limited in terms of choices, but he doesn't show it. He comes every day, he works hard. So let's all recognize Joseph Williams! when I first met this young man, I remember Mum said to me, because I was head teacher at the time and she was trying to bring him into the school, she said, once you see him, you're going to recognize he's a very different lad. He's going to be no trouble. He's going to be amazing. I said, yeah, all the mums say that all the time about their kids. I'm used to it. But 3rd year in a row, this is the one child, every single kid, his parent texted me saying, could my child be in the room with this young person? If you see him, you mix with him, you see what he's like, a gentle soul, never says boo to a goose, works hard on his game, never gets frustrated. Leo Hines! The next Coaches Award, again, honestly, a carbon copy of Leo in so many ways. We've actually got some lovely kids, and that's a testament to the families who are bringing them up. We are just using what you've given us to work with. And when you watch this young man and he tries his hardest every day, he does put in maximum effort. He's got an amazing shot. We keep telling him to shoot the ball more, even though he doesn't want to in games. But his attitude is spot on, and we want to recognize Coaches Award winner, Rashawn Hyman! And I think it is important for all our players to understand, we don't just want you to be basketball players. We want you to actively participate in as much as you can. If something is going on in school, don't be shy. Put your hands up, give it a go. Even if you don't think you'll be comfortable doing it. I spoke earlier about this young person having to travel every single time we practice all the way from Lewisham. And I spoke to Mum, I said, we can move him to a club closer to home. He said, no, he really enjoys being with us. And during the games, he's, yes sir, what can I do sir, how do I get better? Always inquisitive, always wanting to know. This award goes to our Young Mayor of the Year, Shane Barnes. I didn't even know that this young man was attending a basketball academy. That's how quiet he is. Every now and then, we see something in practice. I remember watching one 2-hour session when he was absolutely unstoppable. Couldn't miss a shot, controlling the pace. He showed us glimpses of what he can do. He doesn't say much because all of us have got reasons why we might not communicate as freely as everybody else. But when we see him communicate with the boys through his basketball, he is a special talent. Brandon Phillips! Keep the claps coming, keep the claps coming. Next Coaches Award winner, Dwayne was saying actually, he's the one player that reminds him the most of himself while he was in school in America, in terms of that relentless energy to improve. When I spoke to Mum tells me all the time, he comes back from school, drops his bag and he goes to the basketball court and he'll be there 3 hours. I know he does that. I know he does that because when we watch him in CVL, some of the offensive rebounds and putbacks he gets, you can't coach. That's just touch because he's been practicing. So we see a big future for this young man this season because he's going to be a dominant piece of our under-16 team because he was actually under-15 last year playing up. Andrew Watkins! And hopefully he's still growing as well. A few more inches and get him out to the stage. This is an interesting award. I have to be honest, as a basketball coach, I am a pretty good coach. I know I am. these kids. They've got to get on the floor and they've got to do it. We had a clutch player, somebody who, when the pressure is high, finds his calm. So even though the storm is on and everybody else is giving up hope, this player is the calm in that storm. And we give him the ball. And you know that because crunch time, all his teammates look for him. We would not have won in Spain without his clutch baskets down the stretch. So we want to give this award to Isaiah Brown! We have to build resilience and confidence all the time. We have to build resilience and confidence. This is a one-off trophy we got made, and I'll tell you why we made this trophy. We've never put extra pressure on the boys. When we go to Barcelona, we play our games, win, lose or draw, we come home. This year we thought we had 3 very special shooters on our team. Phoenix, Jaden Desco, and Freddie, because we watch them work. Dwayne and I, the coaches, we see them work. I pulled Freddie aside a couple of weeks before Barcelona, and I said, I'm going to enter you for the 3-point competition. I did the same thing for Jaden, I did the same thing for Phoenix. I didn't want them to be put under pressure. I wanted them to reflect and think about it. And Freddie was a bit shy. He didn't want to do it. And I said, no, you're good enough. And he then started coming to practice. Our camp starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. Freddie was coming at 8 o'clock to shoot for 2 hours to get himself ready. He wasn't the only one. We had other boys joining him, but he was that committed to it. So we all sat around that arena, and the boys were amazing supporting Freddie. 80 boys entered that 3-point shooting competition. And at the end of it, the champion still left standing. Freddie Cougars! Well done, Freddie. Okay, the last awards of the evening will be the most valuable player, and that happens in every basketball team. You know, at the end of the tournament, at the end of the game, you've got to pick one player who's made a difference, one player who actually helped you the most to win. And the definition of an MVP is if you're constructing a team, who will be the first person you pick, and then you build a team around that one person. So they've got to be multi-skilled. They've got to be able to run. They've got to be able to pass. They've got to be able to shoot. They've got to be able to play defense. They just can't have any weaknesses in their game. And the 14 had a fantastic season. We don't play them in the National League because sometimes in the National League you get up and down teams. You win one game by 50, you lose another one by 50. But in the CVO, when they're competing against kids their own age and their own ability, it was a standout star. And the standout star for the under-14s this season, and let's give him a resounding round of applause, Phoenix Brown! It's a lot of pressure to be MVP. Once you get the MVP tag, you've got to live up to it and keep playing at that level. Under 16s, bro. Under 16s, we've been very lucky, actually, with some of the talented players we've had who've got natural ability. But then we add a little bit, we try to teach them, and then we watch how they actually take that on and develop. And I think everybody can see that this young man, his rise over the last 2 seasons has been amazing. We finished 3rd in the National League this year. We would have not been anywhere near that without the help defense that this boy has played consistently all season. He puts himself in the right position to help his teammates. He scores when we need him to score. And he was an absolute giant in Spain. Even when he was ill in Spain, he stepped up and played like the Trojan he is. Our MVP this season for under 16, Jerome! a real bright star in the making there. And then for the under 18s, our under 18s are underage in terms of virtually all of our players, apart from 2, are going to still play under 18 next year. We are putting pressure on them to actually go and win the league next season because they're very good, they've had a year of experience, and they've got some amazing under 16s coming up to join them. So this season should be really good for under 18s. So we had 2, as you can see, trophies there because we couldn't split the MVPs for this season. And we've done this before, a couple of years ago when we had to split the under 16s MVP. But if you watched all our games, the fact that we finished third in the National League with kids who were underage, there were 2 standout players game in, game out. They played virtually 35 minutes every game. They played for the team, they are not too loud, they moved the ball, they scored for us, they played defense, and their attitude is spot on. And they're always at practice, 20 minutes before everybody else, waiting to get on to their session. That is commendable, and I look forward to working with them next season. Our joint MVPs for under 18s, Tafari Smith! We thought it was important for us at the end of every season to mark all the achievements of the boys because 9 months is a long time to play basketball and be consistent and be committed. That marks the end of our awards evening. Tomorrow we are going to take, I think, 28 boys to the SBO final at London Arena, at O2, at the O2 Arena. I won't be going because it's my daughter's birthday, so I will actually spend some time with her for once. But Coach Dwayne Percy and Coach Claydon will be taking the boys. We are going to have a half-term camp in May, and obviously in the summer we will also have our camps, but we will keep basketball going. So I just want to thank all the families for the support this season. Give yourself a round of applause.
I hope everyone recognises is running a Cougars family, as Paul does, is not just time and management, it's dedication. It's putting Cougars before a lot of other things that he could be doing. I can't stress enough how grateful that I am as a parent that you've shown not just to my child, but to all the children here, the commitment, the dedication, the devotion that you show to these children. Your passion is unrecognisable. Believe me, when I say that, I don't say that lightly. It's unrecognisable, okay? Because there's not many people in this world that would do what you do.
Very rare, very rare.
Can I just say one last time, for all the coaches, a big round of applause.